welcome to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, to the very start of the brand new Barcelona season. Right here and now, we're going to be focusing on pre-season, and in particular, coming live from Tokyo, it's Barcelona against Chelsea. And in today's video, coming to you courtesy of the OneFootball app, we are going to be laying everything down with everything you need to know, and make sure you're staying right up to date there with the Barcelona news, guys, not only on this channel, but you can also download the OneFootball app in the description down below. But just before we kick off here, just before we get started on the first match preview of the season, I want to say two things, and I want to direct them towards you guys. Because firstly, I want to say a massive, massive thank you to every single one of you for your massive, massive support, the incredible support you've given me over this summer. It's really been incredible, and I want to thank you really for sticking with me after the very, very difficult way that we ended last season. It wasn't easy for us, we've come together fantastically, and I want to thank you guys for being part of this fantastic, fantastic community that we have here right now. But secondly, I just want to say that I sincerely, sincerely hope that in 10 months' time, at what will be the business end there of the coming season, I really, really hope, deep down, that every single one of us here can come together, having enjoyed a fantastic, fantastic campaign for Barcelona. At the end of this season, we will be victorious, and believe me, we'll be celebrating it together. But on to this game in particular, Barcelona against Chelsea. That'll be kicking off there at 7:30 p.m. in Tokyo, live from Japan, which means there the match will be beginning at 12:30 in the afternoon back in Barcelona, which will certainly be for many of us right around the world there. That'll be an earlier kickoff time than we're usually used to, but certainly for Barcelona's Asian fans, I feel like this game is very much deserved for them. Throughout the season, they've got to stay up to the early hours of the morning, really, really difficult kickoff times for them, and certainly they'll be enjoying this one. And believe me, the Japanese crowd there, it's going to go absolutely wild for Barcelona. Sport this morning ran the headline, Barça mania in Japan, and that's exactly what's happened. The team arrived, they came on the plane, they came into the airport, there was an incredible amount of support there waiting for them from the Japanese fans, and it was a fantastic reception there. Even at the hotel, there was fans outside there waiting, and I'm sure inside the stadium tomorrow, there's going to be real excitement to see this team in the flesh, right in front of their eyes, and hopefully Barcelona can put on a show that the fans there desperately crave. But of course, we've got to remember, guys, this right here is the very first game of our pre-season, so straight from the off, I have to make it absolutely clear here, the focus should not be on the result. We don't really care about winning this game, we don't really care about getting the victory, that's not really what's important during pre-season, and we also have to really consider here our opposition, Chelsea, who are not only buoyed right now by the arrival of their club legend, Frank Lampard, at the helm, and also the fact, of course, they have a certain Pedro Rodriguez in their ranks, who will certainly be looking forward to seeing again. The players with Pedro should be a nice touch as well, and exactly the same we'll be doing in our friendly against Vissel Kobe. But it's not only that right now with Chelsea, because what you have to bear in mind right now is they're already well into their pre-season preparations. They're much further along than we are at this stage. They're far, far more advanced physically than we will be in this game, and you've got to bear that in mind, because obviously Chelsea are going to look sharper, they're going to look fresher. They've had 3 pre-season matches so far, they've had a mixed record in that time, it's safe to say, a win, a draw, and a loss. But like I say, they're going to be much, much sharper in this game, and we've got to accept there, we may be second best there physically, but of course, that doesn't mean we can't make progress in this game. That doesn't mean here that we can't learn things from this pre-season friendly. We're going out there tomorrow to learn about this team and to understand what we need to do this season to be successful. The work starts right here. Every single game here, pre-season, competition matches, they can teach us lessons. Every single game can provide us here with some data. We've got to get it right this season. We have to get it right. And right here in this game, and right throughout pre-season, I think we should be looking out here for 2 very vital aspects. Number 1, it's all about fitness. It's all about very early on here in pre-season, having a real focus on getting every single member of that squad fully fit, up to speed, and match ready to start the season really, really firing on all cylinders. They've spent a week back in training so far, they look good, they look physically good, but there's nothing though like match sharpness and being match ready really in a game sort of scenario. There's nothing like going out there and playing in a competitive sort of environment, and ahead of this season, you want to get yourself in the best possible shape here to ultimately lay the foundations for a really, really strong season individually. And I'm thinking here about Ousmane Dembele, I'm thinking about Samuel Umtiti, players there who've suffered injury-hit seasons previously, and they can get down here to some serious business. Get themselves in good shape, get themselves feeling good, feeling confident there, out on the field, week in, week out there, staying in a rhythm. And I think certainly those 2 players, I'm very, very excited if they can stay injury-free. I think we could see 2 two tremendous players there in Dembele and Umtiti. And for me, the second thing that you have to look out for in pre-season is all about philosophy, all about a match plan, whether it's a friendly match or a Champions League match. You should be able to there watch a Barcelona team and clearly see an identity. It doesn't matter what game it is, it doesn't matter who's out there on the field, a clear plan of action once they're out on the pitch should be clear for all to see. And especially in pre-season, that's a really good time to judge it, because we're going to be going out there, we're going to be seeing countless substitutions, you're going to see us change an 11 with another 11 in the second half, you're going to see things like that. And even if the quality of those players on the pitch drops, this shouldn't affect the structure there of the team, it shouldn't affect the identity, because the experienced players, the new signings, the young players, doesn't matter who it is out there, it should all just be one continuous flow of Barca branded football. And yes, Ernesto Valverde, I'm looking square, dead in the eyes at you. I want this season to see an identity. We want to see Barcelona football, and we have the tools now to make that happen. We must have a game plan. We must have a true playing style. You've got Frenkie de Jong, you've got Antoine Griezmann, and when we bring in another left back, there's no excuses. You will have a squad there fully capable of every single week going out there and seeing a continuous Barcelona team in the clearest form. So let's see that. Let's see that there out on the pitch, starting here in the first game of pre-season, because I can tell you now, we expect better performances this season. No question about it. And obviously when it comes to lineups right now, guys, a bit difficult really to predict exactly what Valverde is going to do. What we can be sure of is that there are going to be many changes right across these pre-season games. Unlimited subs, of course, in this. So we are going to see maybe a team in the first half, maybe a different team in the second half. I'm going to show you two possible lineups that we are going to see against Chelsea. Starting in goal here is Marc-Andre ter Stegen. This here will be sort of a first team going out there in the first half, showing what they can do, before maybe in the second half we do get a bit more experimental. Jordi Alba here at left back, Umtiti and Piqué perhaps starting there as a duo there at centre-back with Semedo at right-back. Busquets in midfield, Frenkie de Jong, of course, there in a Barcelona shirt with Ivan Rakitic, maybe a bit more advanced there if he's playing alongside de Jong and Sergio Busquets. You've got Dembele here from the left, but of course he can also play on the right. Exactly the same there for Malcolm, who's going to be starting from the right, but could also play on the left. And of course, leading the line there, Antoine Griezmann in a Barcelona shirt. That is going to be, regardless even of pre-season, it's going to be a wonderful sight there to see him in Barcelona colours along with Frenkie de Jong. That is going to be fantastic there tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that. But of course, like I say, there are going to be changes, possibly the whole team in the second half. Because in the second half, we could certainly see more experimental touches here from Ernesto Valverde, possibly a lot of B players coming onto the scene, maybe not all in one go, but certainly as the game goes on, you will see an introduction there of those who can get some experience here on pre-season. Neto making his Barcelona debut there in Barca colours as the backup goalkeeper this season for Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Guillem here is usually a right back, but obviously we still don't have that backup left back, so he may play that role there potentially across this pre-season tour. Longley there and Todibo could square up at centre half alongside each other. Roberto at right back, with Oriol Busquets potentially being given an opportunity there in the holding midfield role. Also Monchu could get a chance there in that role. Ricky Puig in midfield, and of course the native man from Japan, Hiroki Abe. He's certainly going to get a run out in front of the Japanese locals, who are going to be really happy there to see somebody Japanese in the Barcelona team. That'll be a great moment there. The reception that he will get should be outstanding. Collado here from the left-hand side, Rafinha playing potentially there, starting from the right, and we don't really, again, have a backup striker on this particular pre-season tour. We got Griezmann, of course, but other than that, maybe you could play there Carlos Alenia in a false nine sort of role, dropping in when he needs to. He's got Puig, he's got Hiroki Abe, who can also get forward into those kind of positions. Maybe Alenia there in false nine. You've also got Carlos Perez, who can come off the bench and have an impact as well. But certainly throughout this pre-season, we should get a look at a number of players to see how they're doing, to see how they're developing. And the most important thing from Valverde, who only got 2 games here in Japan, first up Chelsea, then Vissel Kobe, is just getting a look really at everybody in that team. How are they playing? How are they adapting? Can they add anything to the first team? Perhaps if they're given an opportunity in the season to come. That's the most important thing here. Try and make a good impression. Try and do as well as you possibly can here to stand out and give yourself the best possible chance of succeeding in a Barcelona shirt. And ultimately, it should be exciting here to get the season right underway. And since it's pre-season, guys, no score predictions yet. Like I say, Chelsea are much further along in their pre-season preparations. If we do end up losing, this game won't be the end of the world. But hopefully we can just see some good promise, a genuine Barcelona identity, starting really to put down a marker and actually show here we can be successful this season. We can have a philosophy and stick to that. And ultimately now, with the players that we brought in, we have the tools to do it. Now, Ernesto, show it to us. So please leave your thoughts in the comments down below, guys, and everything we have discussed right throughout this first match preview here of the season. What are your predictions? What would you like to see tomorrow? Who are you most excited to see? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, tomorrow, I'll be back after the game. Oh yes, it's the first match review of the season, and I can't wait. I'll see you then, guys, but until next time, as always, Fusca! El Barça.